Hello Pisces and welcome to your September 2019 readings with me. Dear Pisces, I want to announce something new. I'm starting the paid love readings which will be available on Vimeo. You can just check in the link below. You can show support to my channel if you wish by buying it. Yeah. So come September, let's see what's in store for us, dear Pisces. And wow, it starts the right way, the Pisces way. And it starts with the heart. You see the King of Hearts here, dear Pisces. And what does that mean? It means that in the first week of September, Pisceans are going to be meeting somebody who is really kind, really gentle, really honest kind of a man. This is a masculine energy, dear Piscean, and for single Pisceans, it's a very good energy, especially for the lady Pisceans, because it shows that you are meeting somebody who is also single or newly divorced, most probably, and who is going to change your life in the good direction. There is a huge potential here in the first week of September for the single Piscean ladies, especially. Generally speaking, for the male and the female Pisceans, the gentlemen and the lady Pisceans, I would like to say, is that you are going to come in touch with a person for some kind of advice. This advice, I also see, it can be professional advice as well as sentimental advice, but I see that this person whom you're interacting with in the first week, this masculine energy who you are interacting with, it can also be a father figure, it can be a friend, it can be an absolute stranger, it can be somebody in the administration, or it can be a person that you meet on the social media, just like that. You meet that person, and this person is very kind, and it's going to give you very good advice regarding your particular situation at the moment. This is what I see, my dear Piscean. So don't hesitate to take on good advice from this wonderful, loving masculine energy. This person is not having any hidden agendas, so we can trust this person. We know that this person is sincere. Okay, this is a very important word which is missing in day-to-day's life, is honesty and sincerity. And I see this first week's influence, this man, this masculine energy whom the Pisceans are going to interact with in the first week is a sincere and honest person. He's not very rude, I would say, but someone who is really kind, and maybe has a compassionate nature. This is what I see in the first week for you, dear Pisces. Then we go to the second week. What is Pisces doing here? My dear Pisces, you are sending lots of letters, and there is a correspondence going on. The second week is all about news. The second week I see, I almost feel this news is more about the finances. Have you been spending too much, my dear Pisces? Have you been spending too much? Or I see there is a possibility that you might be called on to spend for your family or your child. I see more the Pisceans who have children. You might be spending for your children in the second week, and that disturbs a bit your budget. So if you are getting this reading in August, I would almost like to tell you, start saving money on the side, because you're going to need some money for your child or for your family member, and you had planned this budget very nicely, but sudden expenditures, not in a bad way, okay, don't be worried like wow, what's happening, but sudden expenditures, sometimes we need, suddenly some family member can ask you to give them money for something very important that they want to do, and they will definitely go to the generous Pisces to ask for money. So this can happen in the second week with you, dear Pisces. So there is this information regarding finances that can come to you, where you feel a bit uncomfortable regarding your financial position, or there is a kind of a pinch. Most probably you have spent more than expected in the past few months, and now you have to redefine your budget. Okay, whatever was your initial budget can get a bit disturbed due to sudden expenditures. So I would like to tell you, please be a bit tight-fisted and see how much you have, because to help people it's good, but we have to be reasonable also, right? In the sense, if we have a lot, we can give to somebody, but if we don't have, then we cannot give to somebody. Okay, so we need to adjust our budgets, or the supply and the demands have to be adjusted. All right, so this I'm not going to speak about economics, I'm really bad at it, but still I'm trying to explain to you in the least complicated ways, that adjust your situation according to whatever is demanded. You need to have more before giving it away. All right, and I also see that in the second week you are corresponding a lot with a lot of people, so there's a lot of networking energy that is seen over here, my dear Pisces. There is some kind of information coming to you via the email, or your phone, the text, the messages, the social media, or something is coming to you and you are interacting. Somewhere I feel you are networking a lot in the second week. Some kind of news is also coming to you. As I said, most probably it is something related to your finances. It can come. Otherwise also I see that you are receiving news in the second week. It is all about communication. It's all about letters. It's all about administration work. And it is all about your finances, and it is all about your connection with the outside world. And then we go to the third week, and this is a nice week. And why is that so? Because my dear Piscean is going to be a social butterfly, is going to be going for seminars, for conferences, most probably is traveling and meeting new people. There are new people appearing on your scene. You are busy, my dear Pisces, in the third week of September. Take extra vitamin C and start nourishing your body now, because we are going towards October, and October is not a very good month for Pisces as far as their energy levels are concerned. Autumn, the shedding of the leaves is not very good, not very well taken by Pisces. So in the third week, I would like to say, when you're doing all your networking, when you're meeting these new people on the scene, you're traveling, you're speaking a lot, there's a lot of activity and hustle and bustle happening in the third week, especially regards to your social life, my dear Pisces. I would like to tell you, start nourishing yourself right now with some kind of natural vitamins that you can get. Eat a lot of fruits of the season. Please start doing that. Okay. And I also always when these seasons come, like when we are going towards autumn, then in the pharmacy, the other day I saw that there is this in India we do that, but here we find it in small bottles, and that's the water which is which is having the elements, the oligo elements it has also, and it has the silver and gold properties in it. Okay, so in India usually it's a common practice. It was a common practice during my grandmother's days, when my granny was on this earth, and that time they used to put some gold in the water, and in another jar of water they would put silver, and the whole night it used to soak, or for a few hours depending upon each metal, or copper also. And then they used to just take this water and you mix two drops of each of those tinctures, and then you just take one spoonful of it. Of course, your jewelry has to be clean, okay? Don't dump in whatever is sweaty, you're not clean, don't dump it in the water. So they used to make that, and that was giving, because this was reinforcing the immune system. And fortunately, I found it in a pharmacy here in France, and I was really happy, and I bought it. So I said, from September I'm going to start this cure, so that in autumn you are kind of healthy, and you don't feel those blues. So in the third week I would like to tell you to start something natural. Okay, artificial things, well, artificial is artificial, it's going to get finished in no time, but what is natural endures longer. And don't forget to eat a spoonful of honey also. It's going to do you really, really good, especially those of the Pisceans who suffer from anxiety. For you, honey is really, really good. So please, one spoonful of honey, it's so sweet and so nice. Do that, okay? So the third week is all about your social life, my dear Pisces, and you're going everywhere, you're meeting lots of people, you're making new friends. A lot of people are going to come your way in the third week of September. So again, for single Pisces, I see there is a lot of potential of meeting that special someone in those get-togethers, in those gatherings, in those seminars, those conferences, those new classes that you have just joined in September. So you have this chance of meeting someone over there. I would like to tell you something though, dear Pisces, is that take care that you don't trust people immediately, all right? Because you have this trusting nature, and people can take undue advantage of this innocent trusting that you always put on people. Don't do that. Let them pass through certain tests before you really open up to them, all right? You can be very open and telling things about yourself, but sometimes I feel you have to exercise control over your emotions, especially when it comes to the third week, because you might land up with some people who are not honest, who don't deserve who don't deserve your attention also, I would say. And you are giving them too much attention, so try to be careful on that, my dear Pisces, all right, in the third week. And enjoy your socializing, but take things slowly when it comes to the matters of the heart, all right? And then we go to the last week, and this is a wonderful week also, because here I see that there is some kind of good news for some Pisces that is coming from far. Not just from very far also, but there is good news that is coming for a Pisces. And I also see it is a very favorable week as far as travel is concerned. So some of the Pisces are going to be traveling to another country, to another place which is foreign from their place, which is quite far from their place. This is what is seen. I also see that regarding your state of mind, you're going to be in a very upbeat and optimistic state of mind in the fourth week. I also see that some of you might travel to foreign countries, but some of you can get surprise visitors at home also, and you'll be really happy to welcome them. Most probably those people whom you have not met for a very long time, they are going to show up at your door, or you are going to meet them in certain circumstances, or you get a phone call from them and you organize some kind of meeting that is happening with you in the fourth week. I also see for Pisces in the fourth week is that their negotiation skills are very, very good. And somehow your professional activity is going to be quite intense in the fourth week. Again, I see networking. There's a lot of people's energy. There's a lot of communication there that is seen. Okay, and you. In the fourth week, I see you have your capacities of communication are on the top notch. So this is a very wonderful time to negotiate. If you were looking for the salary rise, if you were wanting to get into some partnership, or with your loved one, if you wanted to discuss your future plans, then in the last week of September, I see that this is coming up quite well, and your communication skills are really sharpened, as if you have been sharpening them, and now you're implementing those communication skills. You should implement, I would say. It would be really, really good if you can implement those, because this is going to be to your advantage. Intense professional activities also seen. I also see that there's a lot of work for Pisceans in the last week, be it in the form of studies for students, be it in the form of projects. New projects are coming up on your table, in your consultations, in your new undertakings as an artist. So all these things are giving you lots and lots of work. And what happens, and yes, I also see again the traveling, as I said, for work also is going to be quite possible in the last week of September. I also see, my dear Pisces, is that the last week you are going to be a bit agitated inside of you, because there's lots to do, and somehow, Pisces need to cool down. They have to, yeah, they have to give away those heavy energies. They don't need it. And there is such a need for Pisces to just find that solitude for a few minutes and just breathe out. That is what we need, my dear Pisces. And in the fourth week, you're going to feel that I'm not getting that time. I'm not getting that time to just relax. I'm not getting that time to find my hermit corner. And because of that, what is happening is that you're just feeling agitated inside of you. So in the last week, my dear Pisces, there is a possibility that you can be a little bit stressed because of all the agitation. So find your hermit corner, make yourself some space, or just go into the bathroom or toilet, wherever you can, and close the doors and just sit quietly over there for some time and just resource yourself. Just try to meditate 5 minutes, whatever it is, and just give away the negative energy. If you feel laden with heavy energies in the last week because of too much of work, too much of exchange with others, so the energies are getting exchanged, just go and wash your hands immediately. Wherever you find a water point or whatever, a tap, you just wash your hands, and just, if you have short sleeves, well and good. Otherwise, just wash your hands, and it will just, and just surrender it to the water, and it will take away those that heaviness that can be the cause of stress inside of you also. And in the last week, I also see that the Pisceans are a bit wanting some change in the sentimental life. They are wanting some kind of spice in their lives. So they are creating some kind of situation, rather I would say you're manifesting a situation, my dear Pisces, wherein you are wanting to see the positive changes as far as your very near relationship is concerned, with your beloved is concerned, and it's going to materialize the way you want it to. So I would say, when you manifest something upon your relationship in the last week of September, just be careful what you're manifesting, because it might be granted. Yes, my dear Pisces, so just do that in the last week. And I see there is a neat improvement in your relationship with your loved one. And again, the Pisces dilemma thing is coming, because as I see the social circle and things like that in this month, there's a big possibility that somebody new is trying to take your attention. So if you are in a committed relationship, please avoid the temptation. It's going to be difficult for you, but avoid the temptation. Avoid that temptation. This person, for some of you, this is a known person, okay? So be careful of what you want to do, because we don't want to spoil long-term things for a short-term satisfaction. All right. If there are long-term promises, then you have to consider, you have to weigh what you want to give in that relationship and what you want to retain, that you will have to see. But otherwise, I would like to tell you is that just take it as a, the gush of wind that comes and takes you around and then leaves. Okay, but of course you should not get carried away because you don't know where you will get thrown. All right, so trust your intuition regarding your sentimental life in the 4th week, especially, my dear Pisces. And I would almost say that whatever is ego based in your sentimental life in the 4th week is going to be driven out by you. You are not going to accept any egoistic or egocentric behavior of your partner. So if you are the partner of a Pisces watching this, please be balanced with your Piscean partner, because they are not going to take any egocentric behavior or egoist behavior in the 4th week. Pisces don't like that, right? So this is what you're going to be, my dear Pisces, in the 4th week. All in all, a happening month, my dear Pisces, for us. So let's see how it goes, and please do let me know how did you like the reading and if it resonates with you or not, because it's for the sun, moon and rising, Pisces rising. And many people have been asking me always is that when there are 5 weeks, how does it happen, then where is the 5th week reading and things like that. I understand the week thing, but you have to understand is that when I say the 1st week, it doesn't mean that in the first 7 days, that's it, this is going to happen, and after that, immediately the second energy starts. No, what happens is that this is energy, these are energies, okay, and energies will always dwell 1 or 2 days here and there. So we are not speaking about this is the starting point and this is, it's not like I'm not taking a scale and making points on the scale. It's not at all like that. We need to understand is that the energies of the weeks get intermingled in the 2nd week also. Like if I'm telling you for the last week now of September, so this can be carried forward to 1 or 2 days in October also. So because of that, these energies communicate with each other and they transit, and the transits take at least 1 or 2 days here and there. So this is why I don't do the 5th week readings, because I know that they travel like that. Even for me, when sometimes I watch my own sign readings, and when I see that, and then I see that, oh, okay, fine, this is why I can answer with this certitude is that it doesn't end at that, okay. It will transit into the next week, and then the 2nd week's energy takes up, and that transits in the 3rd week for another 1 or 2 days. It can transit also. So this is the way the energies of the cards communicate. All right, and so please do like, share and comment, and I am going to see you in the month of October. And for those of you who will buy the love readings for the month of September, I will see you on Vimeo. Until then, take good care of yourself. Bye bye. God bless. Take care.